All right, hi guys, welcome back to another quick video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I install box braids with extensions. And it's just going to be a real quick tutorial. As you can see, this isn't traditionally how it is done, as all the braids are already done without the extension hair already on there. But I'm going to be giving you a very quick rundown of how I actually do it. Because when I started the hairstyle, I did not have the extension hair, and I was just like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to work with what we got. And now I have extension hair, so now I gotta work with that. So some tools that I use when doing this style is, first I want to talk about sectioning. So I use the rat tail comb to make sure that the parts are very, very, very even, so that, you know, I have the nice clean parting. I also use the detangle brush to make sure the hair was all detangled after it was washed and blow dried. As you can see, I also use the, right here. I also use rubber bands to secure the ponies. So I do have the rubber bands here. And then I also use I used some extra hair that I just had laying around because I wasn't going to do a full install on a mannequin because that's just too much work to take back down. But for the sake of this demonstration, I do have some just very cheap synthetic straight black hair. I think it's a 2, so it's like a little bit more brown than black, but it's all for just instruction purposes. So with that being said, you know, I started off by sectioning the hair, you know, looking at it kind of more from the side angle here. Let me get that out of here. Don't need no kids learning no cuss words today. But as you can see from the side here, I did the sectioning in 3 main parts. I first parted the back section, and I don't think the camera will rotate, but I parted the back section kind of right here to get from the tip of the ear all the way across to the other side, the tip of the ear here. So then this all was just one section that I worked with. And then as we moved more towards the front of the hair, I actually went on ahead and did a part straight down the middle and kind of sectioned this part of the hair out of the way. And then for the side, I decided to do the 3 braids on the side just to kind of keep the size pretty consistent. It's not exactly like, you know, this isn't exactly a square box shape on the side here. But I was going more for a consistency in the texture of the braid, like how the thickness of the braid. So they're all pretty much the same width, which is going to make it easier when I add the extension hair. And as you can probably see, I have my notes over here, so I'm going to keep glancing back and forth towards that. But right now, that is just sectioning. Again, I washed, blow dried, detangled the hair. I used the white tooth comb to section the back, and then to section the top half here, and then I section off the sides. So the very next thing I used was the rubber band method. If you have a looser texture hair, or a wavy hair texture, or, you know, mixed hair texture, or whatever you want to call it, if you have something that really is hard to hold a ponytail, when you kind of grip it, it kind of slips and slides off, I would recommend using the rubber band method. It just makes it very easy to grip. It makes it a nice, neat look. And it's easy and convenient, especially if you're not very good at gripping hair and you're still pretty new at braiding. So what I then went and did was I kind of just worked from the back moving forward, putting the hair in kind of box braid shaped. I didn't have any really specific design in mind. I just know that the back is usually covered up, so I'm not really worried about the back all that much. So I went on ahead and sectioned. I used the comb first to make the section, make the squares, and then I used the rubber band to kind of secure it. And then just kind of went on to the next section, and next section, and next section. So once I was done getting all the sections together, it kind of just gives me an overall look, making sure everything was neat and everything was fine. I then went ahead and braided each section down. And making sure that it's as even as possible. If you notice that you have more hair on one side than the other side when you're kind of doing it, I would recommend just going back and resectioning it off, so it kind of has that more even feel to it when you're going down. So that was kind of the rubber band method. So how I did the hair with the extensions. So when it came to the extensions, like I said, I originally started the hair without the extensions, and then I later bought some extensions. So I kind of wanted to show you very quickly how I pick up the hair and how I add it to the hair. And so very, very, very old school braiding technique. And I don't have any clips, so I'm trying to keep that out the way as best I can. But I use the old style braiding techniques. I didn't do any feed in style with the braids. It was pretty much just kind of grab the hair and kind of start to braid down, incorporating the actual braid. So there is a full braid already inside this braid, and you can't even tell. You can't even see it. And there is also a full already braided braid within this braid. The cool thing about doing it that way is it does make it easy to prevent tangles when you go to do your hair. When you go to take it down, it prevents a lot of tangles because all of your natural hair is already in its own individual braid. So that kind of makes it nice. And it also makes it easier to take down, because once you take out the extension hair, all you have to do is work with your natural hair. So it makes it a little bit better. Again, this dowel has very long hair. So if you're dealing with more short hair, maybe you want to make like smaller sections so it's easier for gripping or for a neater style. I will say that I also use, which I don't have it with me, the Let's Jam to kind of just smooth down the sections when I kind of banded them, just to give it an even more sleeker appearance. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I added the extension hair on. So give me just a moment. All right, I might have to pop this rubber band. That's fine. I'm gonna have to pop this rubber band that's on the weave, but it's okay. I'm not worried about it. I have tons of rubber bands. All right. It didn't pop. That must have been a really good rubber band. All right. And I'm going to move the camera just back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing over here. Yeah, these are my kids' wipes right here on the floor. All right.